there are multiple executors. The first one, I'll take a sequential executor. So what is a sequential executor? Sequential executor is actually running the tasks one by one. So like it will execute one task one time. So for example, let's say we have so the task one, task two, task three. So after the task one is done, it will go task two. After task two, it will go task three. If you have any parallel tasks, I think we discussed some tasks with the parallelly combinations. Then even in that case, it will go one by one only. So it can't do any parallelism. So just go sequential order. The name itself, it is going to sequential distribute. And remember, executor is not going to execute your, we discussed this, right? Executor is not going to execute your task. Like what executor is doing, executor is assigning the tasks to the workers. So the worker will take care of that process. So as part of this process, sequential executor is nothing but it's a default one. So this is executing like a one task at a time. So when we have any issues, when we have any issue with the DAX or anything, we can check these type of executors where the issue. Okay, so sometimes you don't understand the logs clearly. So that time when we have multiple tasks in a one DAG, we can use sequential executor so that we can use debugging mainly for debugging purposes where the issue it is. And the next one is the local executor. Local executor, even this one is a local for use local mission. But this is like we can do multiple processing, multiple process, but on the same mission only, the same mission. So, for example, let's say right now we are playing with the Dockers. So yes, you can use the same mission for multiple containers or multiple processes. So local executor is good for the small projects, like some POCs or projects. There's a small level of your DAX, not like more DAX. But on the real time, when we go distributed, now the distribution mechanism will follow. As you see, we have a Celery Executor. So the Celery Executor. Celery Executor is actually going to distribute across all systems, multiple systems, across multiple systems. So here in this distributor, in the Celery Executor, is going to across multiple missions, multiple systems, multiple complex workflows. So it's same like in our real-time cluster. It's the same. It's the same we use. Celery Executor we use in real time for any complex workflows, anything. There's a default enterprise one. The executor we are going to use. That's why you'll get now we are playing with the real-time cluster level the executors by default it is. And the next one is the Dask Executor. So the Dask Executor is nothing but when we have a complex when we have a complex jobs, when we require the parallel computing systems, when we want to do some dynamically task scheduling. This is mainly for more complex works, more complex workloads. We're going to use this for Dask Executor. And if you have a cluster called AKS or GKS or any KS, like when I say KS means Kubernetes services, we call K8 also, K8s, nothing but Kubernetes cluster, like AWS Kubernetes, Azure Kubernetes, Google Kubernetes, or your on-prem own Kubernetes, then the executor is different because Kubernetes has a lot of pods and it's totally highly scalable, right? And it's for end of the day, this is all belongs to the distributed mechanisms. And when we have a Kubernetes cluster deployed in Airflow, then by default, the pod will be available when the jobs are, and it depends upon your scalable requirement. Automatically, the Kubernetes will allocate the more pods for your requirement.